Hi there, it's AJ here. I've just bought myself a second-hand old laptop that's running Windows 7, and I'm going to be using that for doing a bit of WordPress design and development. Now this came with Windows 7 on it, which was reset to factory settings, and I'm just in the process of setting everything up the way I want it. Now if you're looking to install a WordPress dev environment and you've got Windows 7, an old version like this, then I think this video might just be helpful to you. Now the most modern version of WAMP server is 3.1 point something, but I've chosen to use the older version 2.5 for a couple of reasons. First of all, I know that it runs well on Windows 7 on a 32-bit machine, which has less memory address capabilities, and also the fact that there's a lot less prerequisites required. So if you want to follow along and install the same version, then you can do so. If you want to install version 3 point whatever, then you can do that as well, and I'll show you the extra files that you need. So assuming we're going to put version 2.5 on, the first thing you want to do is go to Control Panel, Programs, and we're just going to check if there's a particular file here that we need. And I do have it, of course, because I've got WAMP installed now. But what you need to check for is this one here, Microsoft Visual C++ 2012. Don't worry about the other ones, it's the 2012 that you need. If you don't have that, then there's a link in the description that will take you to this page here, and you're going to have to grab the file that you need, and it'll either be this one, which is for a 32-bit machine, or it will be this one here, which is for a 64-bit. Now how do you tell which you've got on your own computer? Just go to Computer and right click and choose Properties. Now look down here where it says System Type. I've got 32-bit operating system. And while we have this window open, let's look up the top where it says Windows Edition Service Pack 1. If you don't see the word Service Pack 1 here, you need to get it, and I'll give you the link in the description for that. So this is the page here, and if you scroll down, let's have a look. For the 32-bit version, this is the file that you want here, 537 megabytes, and if you've got the 64, then you'll need this one. Now that's going to take quite a while to download and then configure your laptop, so if you want to go off and do that, get these things installed, then we can carry on with looking at getting WAMP server. I'm going to assume that you've now got Service Pack 1 and that other extra file installed. So now we want to go to the WAMP server website. Let's pop the browser window up, and this is the site that you want. That you can find that on Google easily enough. And if we scroll down a little bit here, you'll see there's two download buttons here, one for 64-bit, one for 32-bit. Now I don't want the most modern version. If you insist on installing this particular one here, there's a heap of extra files that you're going to have to install first, and I'll put the link in the description for this web page here, because this shows you all the extra files that you're going to have to get and install before you put WAMP server onto your laptop. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to click this link here that says SourceForge, and I'm going to go and find the older version that I want, which is 2.5. So Let's select this folder that says WAMP Server 2, and then we'll select the next one that says WAMP Server 2.5. Now we've got two files that we can download. There's the 64-bit and the 32-bit. So you just choose which one you need, download it and run it. Now as you do the run for installing WAMP Server, it will ask you to choose a default browser that you'll use for previewing pages in the testing environment. By default, for me, it came up with Internet Explorer, and I didn't want to use that. I wanted to use Chrome. So if you don't know where to find Chrome and you want to use it, just right click on your Chrome icon and choose Properties, and you can see where it's located. So once it's installed and you've clicked on the icon here, if we go over to our icons down here, and for me it's in the hidden icons, you should see a green W down here, WAMP Server, and it will probably say Server Offline. So let's just put Server Online, and we'll just do a test as to whether or not things are working. So let's just open that up again, and we're going to go to www directory, and you can see for me it's in the C drive, a folder called WAMP, and then one called www, and that is where we're going to put WordPress and put any site folders that we want. So let's just check that this is all working first. We will go to localhost, and I've got a test page there called index.php, so we'll click on that, and if you see that, everything's working, and that's it. Pretty simple. The next thing we'll do is we'll look at how to install WordPress in here, and also how to get started with creating the first WordPress site.